tell me one human activity that brings together the social, the spiritual, and the physical under one roof, and all those things in one package that are good for you. Tell me one human activity that does that. I think it's going to be really hard to find something as all-inclusive as the sweat bath. We have a lot to do in 2 days. There's so much exciting things happening and so many interesting people. So I'm going to really try to keep things moving.
I think this is the next step in the whole wellness and spa movement. So it'll be interesting to see that one of the oldest water treatments traditions will come back into the prominence and be part of this growing trend.
Sauna culture in this country is reasonable, low level. So 80% of the saunas are bad and the rest are even worse. And one thing I think behind is that you Americans, you don't have time to spend in the sauna. If you have a good sauna, it means that there is a good steam, like we say in Finnish, löyly. Here, many times when I've been coming out from the sauna, I have not been feeling refreshed. And if you have the same feeling as an American, so why to go there again?
What's bad a lot with the industry is that there isn't one yet. We're still in the middle of creating it. What Americans did is we created a business, and they created crazy treatments. You know, it became crazy. There was a Texas barbecue wrap. There you could go to Hershey's, Pennsylvania, and get dipped in chocolate. I mean, this is what happened, and this is what gave the spa industry a bad rap. We went from a business of healing, to a business of selling.
And out of that, you have these kind of massive, expansive, opulent places with a number of services that you can get: dermabrasion, Botox, nail care, waxing. Is that wellness? Probably not.
One of the biggest problems we have is that Americans don't really understand spa. Many places that are a nail place or a hair salon, and they throw a massage table in there and they call it a spa. And so Americans don't have this inborn cultural understanding of what spa is and the benefits of hydrotherapy and sauna therapy.
I think what's happening now is a lot of the movement of the spa movement has been tapped out. It's overdone. This sweat cult group, if you will, represents a kind of rustic style that is way opposite of what the spa movement has tried to do. What I like about this one is it's going back to basics.
Do we have enough research? Do we have enough data to tell people that it is a good thing? Or is it a good thing? What I experience in Banya, nowadays in Seattle, I feel personally more healthier. So I feel that my psychological well-being is increasing. But at the same time, that support network that I feel, that connections that I create there is, in my mind, making me a happier, healthier person.
Every sauna, every sweat is a journey. We take the sauna and we come back, we're able to see better, think better. Our mind, body, and soul in the great Greek triad are all in better balance because of an hour or two in the sweat.
When I am in that hot room, it is very important for me to know that I need to get out, or I need to go into the cold plunge, stay whatever long, and get out of that. So it's our individual experience, and maybe we should tell everybody to go and have their own journey and experience.
One thing I've noticed a lot with people, will have a certain reaction to the sauna culture or to experiencing sauna. They've had a bad experience, and I think in a lot of cases they've maybe been exposed to kind of a rigid taskmaster saying, this is what you have to do, this is how long you have to do it, this is how hot it has to be.
Nowadays, everybody is busy doing everything all the time, so when they are coming to the sauna, it is for the sake of a sauna, not for the sake of something else.
I think that we're right at the epicenter of something that is really antithetical. In many ways, the digital domain has no use for something like the sauna. It takes too much time, it's too material, it involves the body, it involves people actually getting together, it involves leaving your devices outside the door.
This is the last place of contemporary culture that we can be without screens that blink and devices that beep. And I think not even the bedroom actually escapes that.
People cannot live on the screen all the time. They make their money there. They say nothing but positive things about it. Yet there's a part of them that's screaming, I want the real world. And you can't get realer than bathing. It's just you in the most elemental way with natural element.
With the way in which we're kind of operating as a society inside of our machines, this is a place where those things can't exist. Sauna is this place, an intimate space, where people come together and can connect and socialize. But it's also a very kind of personal, spiritual space where you just kind of reconnect with your way of being or who you are.
I didn't realize how ignorant we can be about not being comfortable in our own skin. I walked into this hammam, and what I experienced was the freeness of women in their own body.
If the only way you look at your own or somebody else's body is sexually, then there's something toxic about that image.
I feel so honored and proud of in the industry in America is that I got a letter from a young woman saying that she had been terrified to come. She'd worn her suit, she'd been so scared. And what she discovered was all women have bellies, all women have flaws, and how healing that is for women. And what a big part of this whole industry that is. And for me, that is huge. We get to say, oh yeah, this is just the body that I'm in, and everybody's got one, and that's what it is.
It's about community. It's about healing traditions and living the best life you can through these wonderful practices that are centuries old and that bring people together.
I think that the sauna movement could absolutely grow in the United States because it's bringing this kind of health resource to people and community resource.
What do you feel? It does?
Yes, I love it.
Best health benefit of sauna for modern person nowadays is that it relaxes you. You are stress-free.
For me, I can only see the good sides, what it brings into your life. It's about cleaning yourself, but also cleaning your spirit.
With open minds and open hearts and promoting the goodness of bath culture, I think it really allows this to evolve into something that will maybe become uniquely American.
We have to organize. Look at other camps. They have organizations, international and national organizations, specifically on moving their practice as a therapy.
I think this is really good for the American culture, and I do think that there is an American sauna movement that doesn't exist.
We are on to something here. What I think we're going to do in America, since we don't need to get into the, let's say, pissing contest of who's got the better this, that, or the other, what we need to do is we pull it all together, take what we like. If people like it, guess what? They'll come.
We're raising awareness to authenticity. When people experience what a true sauna is and a good sweat, they will help support the commercial industry, which is what there's a big drive for. And that's what I'm impassioned with.
Being at this summit and meeting people from all over the world has sort of proven that there are more people out there also wanting this.
If we can just remember that we're in our community working together and nobody's better than the other. And that's what I more than any, really, because all we're reminding, don't even remind ourselves from time to time. We're putting this together. Can you tell me one human activity that brings together the social, the spiritual, and the physical? Tell me one human activity that does that. I got an answer the other day, and the person said to me, yeah, I got it. I know there's one thing, one human activity. Love. Sweat is love. That's what it's about.